Hey everybody, welcome to Come On Rep. I'm Harlynn, your host.
And I'm Ben Parsons.
We're gonna talk about Browns. We're gonna talk about Cavs and some Ohio State.
Yeah, definitely.
So the Browns just made a trade.
Yeah.
We had a rough Sunday, man.
See, another ref one.
Yeah. So do you think this trade of Deion Jones gonna help?
I think he definitely brings some speed to the linebacker core.
Right.
So I think that can definitely help stop the run because that's our main problem right now. We're not stopping the run. Teams who aren't good running teams are coming in and going for career highs on us. And so, if I think he'll definitely be a big help for that. He's known for his speed, so that can definitely help stop the run.
Yeah, I hope so because man, it ain't looking too good for Kevin Stefanski and Joe Woods.
No.
It's not. So, who is to blame? Would you blame Joe Woods' defense, or would you blame Kevin Stefanski because he's the head coach and he should have been got everything orchestrated? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I think I guess Kevin Stefanski, he's the main guy, but at the same time, he can't be holding their hands the whole time, making sure that everything's going step by step, right? That's why you hire a defense coordinator. You're putting your trust in him to run the defense. So ultimately, the offenses look good, and so I think it comes down to Joe Woods. He's not putting the right play callers out there, and something's going on in there that obviously we don't know about, but something's not right, and I think it falls back on Joe Woods because he's your defensive play caller. He's who you're putting the trust in. So Kevin Stefanski can only do so much.
Right.
Yeah, the offenses had their few struggles, but for the most part, the offenses look better than they ever have in the past few years.
Yeah.
And every week they're making more and more plays. And I think last week was probably our best offensive game I've seen from us in a while. Unfortunately, that last drive kind of stalled out, but they still at least gave him a chance for that field goal. He just missed it. But I think I don't know. I think it has to come down to it be Joe Woods' fault because, like I said, Kevin Stefanski can only do so much, and I think if Joe Woods doesn't get it together within these next couple games, he might be out of here.
Yeah, he gonna be out. He gonna probably go to Mexico or go to Canada and coach, or he gonna probably coach his kids team or something.
Yeah.
So Joe Woods, you better get it together, man. You're gonna be out there coaching Pop Warner.
Yeah.
He'll be a famous Pop Warner coach.
Man, he definitely needs to get his act together because right now it's not cutting it. Our defense is every week losing us the game.
Right, and with the defense, I'm gonna be honest, they need that leader.
Yeah.
They don't have that leader that's going to get in their face and tell them, man, you gotta get this right. You gotta get this right. That guy is on IR.
Yeah.
He can't go out there with them, give them that energy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So we need that dog. I think getting a veteran in there, like an older veteran, will help them and guide them, like the Deion Jones. He's a middle linebacker. He's the green dot guy.
Yeah.
So he can put everybody together and make sure they're all in their right reads and right positions. So I hope this trade works out. And they signed his former teammate Tyler Davison.
Yeah, he's a defensive lineman. He plays over the center.
Mm-hmm.
He could definitely help. It can't be no worse than what we got going on right there.
Definitely can't be no worse. If it get any worse, then we might as well just chalk this season up. Wait till next year. Have Deshaun Watson just play.
Yeah. No, hopefully they can they just need if they just I don't know, they just gotta get this together. Hold it down just a little more until Deshaun can come back. The only problem is Deshaun coming back isn't gonna help our defense.
It's not.
Our offense isn't really the problem. Jacoby's throwing his few interceptions every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
That one he had last game was really the first one I would say was
really bad.
That was bad.
Mm-hmm.
The past weeks were him just kind of forced up with barely any time left. But last week, that one in the red zone, that was his first one where I was like, wow, that was a bad throw. That really ended up costing us. But at the same time, you can't even put it on just that. Cade York missed 2 field goals. And if he makes either one of those, we win that game. He missed the one right before half, and he missed the one to take the lead in the end. and both of those are makeable field goals. His first one that he missed, I think, was like a 45, and the second one was a little farther, but still like a 54, and he's made a 58, so he's proved that he can hit from that distance. But Cade York is honestly, he's kind of worrying me right now. With his missed extra points and then back-to-back missed field goals,
I think the pressure's too big. Like, we had huge expectations. Oh, he the next Phil Dawson. They think this rookie was gonna go 100 for 100 this year. You know what I'm saying? Make the playoffs and all that. He's a rookie.
yeah,
We gotta understand, like, sometimes, and plus the game was in Cleveland, right?
yeah,
You're playing against the wind at Cleveland.
yeah.
So it could have drifted off a little bit.
The only problem is Cleveland's his home stadium now, so he's got to get used to that.
He has to get used to it.
I think when it comes to kickers, it's big to them to start good. Like, it's not kickers are different from every other position. They don't really have time to learn this stuff. I mean, you've been kicking the ball your whole life, and not much changes when you get to the NFL. I think the goalposts get a little smaller, but at the end of the day, it's still just you kicking the ball, and I think it's important for them to start good because that builds their confidence. And I mean, I'm hoping he can turn things around. I mean, he's got the leg. He's definitely got a super strong leg. He needs to get his confidence back. But I think I'd give him maybe 2. If he came out like these next two games and missed kicks again, he might be out of here too. You can't afford for your kicker to cost you games. I mean, when you give him a shot to win the game, he's got to hit it. You have to. Like, I mean, you see last year, the Bengals, he was winning. He won that game. What was it, Evan McPherson?
Yeah.
He basically took them to the Super Bowl.
He
Didn't he hit like a game-winning kick in almost all their playoff games?
Yeah. I think that's what it was. Kickers are very important. People just like, oh no, you don't need a kicker yet. If you find the right kicker, he can win you some games.
Yeah, no, they're a huge part. I mean, if you look at the Ravens, without Justin Tucker, they
you don't know how many wins they'll have.
They lose at least 6 more of their wins that they normally get because he saves them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just this past game, he won it for them. Like, he's a huge part of the Ravens, and so a good kicker is honestly almost just as valuable as a quarterback. I mean, obviously not the same level, but like, you get what I'm saying. Like, a good kicker can really that can be your make or break it for real.
Yeah,
because they can get you there.
Well, hey Cleveland, I'm good at kickball, so if you need a kicker, I can kick it from the 1 yard line.
I just don't like
I can't kick.
I get kicking's hard and all that, but like, man, like, how can you just miss like kicks that you can make? Like, I get the win plays a factor, the pressure is big, but like, come on, like, you've been kicking your whole life, like,
it's easy to him.
Yeah, like, I mean, I'll give him time. I'll give him another chance. But I say if he misses kicks in like these next couple games again, it's time for a new one. And it sucks because we wasted a draft pick on him.
Right.
He was our hero week 1, and now he's
the villain.
Now we want to cut him.
Yeah, he's the villain now.
Crazy how fast things can change in the NFL.
Yeah. So tell me about these roughing the passer calls, man.
No, I mean, it's getting a little out of hand now. Like, I get, like, you want to protect the quarterback, but the question I have too with that is why, like, so if a receiver, right, catches the ball and is running or something and he gets tackled hard, they're not throwing the flag on that, are they? No. So, like, my question on all that is, why is the quarterback, like, more important than any other player on that field? Like, why should they get protected over any other person playing the game?
Because they have the ball the most. Like, they literally have the ball the most.
But so does, I mean, I get that, yeah, they do, but, like, so does, like, a player like Nick Chubb or someone like that. They're getting the ball, like 30 times a game?
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you hand the ball off, you don't have the ball.
Right.
They don't have the ball long. So I've always wondered, like, I mean, I get, like, yeah, like, they're like more fragile and stuff, and they do have the ball way more. But I just wonder, like, why should they get protected more than other positions?
I don't know. It's just a quarterback stigma to me. I don't know. I see a quarterback, I'm hitting it. Like That was our goal when I was playing football.
Yeah.
We see quarterback, you go hit him. You know,
Yeah.
like a fresh steak you see on a plate. You know what I'm saying? You want to eat that steak, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go get that steak. Am I right? Am I right? Am I wrong? Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're football players at the end of the day. They work out just as hard as anybody else. So
I get they're definitely not in the weight room as much as like other positions, but at the end of the day, like they're all like risking their bodies out there. So
oh yeah.
I just don't understand why they should get protected
Now
more.
in practice, I understand.
Yeah,
You need the
practice,
quarterback.
like,
You need the quarterback. To
I
stay
get
upright.
like yeah, they're probably the most important position out there. You need a good quarterback if you want to win, but like every guy out there just, like is important. So I don't understand like I don't know, like I get it at the end of the day, but at the same point I just it doesn't really all make sense and like the way they're going right now, you gotta basically lay the quarterback down and tuck him in and sing him a song to put him to sleep or else they're throwing the flag.
Right.
Like these in the past week, those two were costly for both teams, and neither of them should have been flags. And so,
Right.
I mean, it also all depends on the quarterback. If the quarterback's a veteran, he's gonna get more calls than a rookie. I mean, you got quarterbacks out here getting their heads took off. Like quarterbacks like Joe Burrow and Justin Fields, week in and week out, they're getting their heads took off. They're getting hit hard every single week. But if that happens to like Tom Brady or something, if you even touch Tom Brady, it's a flag. You can't even. I mean, man, you have to put Tom Brady down so nicely, or they're throwing the flag. I mean, the past one, I'm surprised they called such a bad one for Derek Carr. Like, I mean, he's good, but he's not. I normally you don't really see like bad roughing the passer calls for quarterbacks like that. Like normally, unless you're an elite quarterback, they're not really giving him the call. So I was kind of surprised to see that, but it was definitely a bad one. Like
with Derek Carr, it's iffy. He's like the borderline of a good quarterback and a bad quarterback.
Yeah,
Like,
he has his games. Some games he's trash. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
some games he looking like Baker. Some games
Yeah.
he's looking like he's Patrick Mahomes or
yeah,
Allen.
yeah. I
You
don't
know,
really
so-
understand it. Like, I don't know. The cause is something needs to change about it, though. I think. I mean, I think the only way to fix it is you got to let that call be reviewable
Right.
throughout the game, because I mean, especially when it comes time to late game situations and a ref calls that, I mean, that's one of the calls that has to be allowed to be reviewable, because that call is costing teams games, and
Oh yeah.
I think that's honestly the only way to fix it is if you let that call be reviewable. Who knows if that will ever happen? I doubt it, but I mean that's honestly that's your only way to fix it is to let it be reviewable.
Yeah. You hit on some excellent points, man. I appreciate your expertise. This is Ben Parsons, y'all. Expert sports analyst. So let's piggy to a different subject. Them Cavs. Them Cavs. Donovan Mitchell. That's all I think about is when they say Cavs, Donovan Mitchell or Mobley. I know they lost their last preseason. So we're gonna do something a little fun. We're gonna do like a little segment. What you think their record gonna be, and what seed would they get if they make the playoffs? So we about to do that right now. So I'm putting you on the spot. Then you can ask me. You get what I'm saying? Then I'll let you know. Man, we're gonna do who has the biggest impact on the Cavs. Who you think will have the biggest impact?
Okay.
All right.
Cavs record. What's the exact number of games they play?
82.
82.
I'm not good at math.
Me either.
So I'm gonna stick with like 50 and 32. I know that's 82. I'm sticking with that.
Math wasn't my strength suit.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think we win. Man, what? I wonder. I'm curious. What did the number one seed? How many games did they win last year?
I'm not really sure.
I'm not sure either.
We can ask the stat guy.
Yeah,
he could probably look it up for us. But I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm not really sure. But I mean, I would say the Cavs win. I think we finish in the top 3 seeds in the Eastern Conference. Because honestly, I see only the Boston Celtics having a better record than us, possibly. I think we finish at the number 2 spot, and I think we win. I'd say at 55 to 60 games, I give us.
Wow, 55 to 60 games.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
And I would say for the biggest impact player, I mean, it's got to be Donovan Mitchell, but at the same time, I'm still waiting to see what Evan Mobley can do for us this year because he hasn't played in the preseason. And
Right.
I'm hoping he's took that jump from year one to year two.
I
And
think he
if,
did.
if he takes that jump, that he can also be our biggest impact player. But I think at the end of the day, it's going to come down to Donovan Mitchell being that because he's going to be our leader this year, even though he's still young himself. He's going in like his sixth season, something like that.
Right.
But he's been to the playoffs multiple times, so I think that'll be big for us too. To have a guy like that's been to the playoffs multiple times, been in those tough situations, been in those time where it's like really time to lock in, and so I think his experience is going to be probably the biggest impact for us when it comes down to it.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go with Dylan Williams. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
He might not even make it on the court.
He's not.
He walks into the stadium and sprains his ankle.
Yeah. Or he just opened the door and his ankle just cracks. That's crazy.
He's one of the most injury-prone guys out there.
Yeah, I don't even since he's been drafted. I haven't seen Windler play on the court. I seen him in highlights.
Yeah, I think
probably like the end of the game.
He played maybe 5 games
his whole career. That's sad. I wish I could have a career like that. Get injured and get millions. Sure, I'll be living my best life.
Yeah, no, it's rough. I've kind of just given up on it. Whatever happens. He's not doing much for us anyways.
Right. So my prediction is I'm not good at math, so I'm just stick with my 50 and 32.
50 and 32.
Yep, 50 and 32. That's like a balance right there. So the biggest impact player that's gonna help this team is Karis LeVert.
Karis LeVert?
Yeah, I think he's gonna take a jump from last year. From last year to this year, because last year when he got traded, he got hurt right away. He didn't get to have that chemistry with the team.
Yeah.
And it was just everybody started getting injured, so we never seen the team together fully. And Karis LeVert played his best. He had to try to find his shot here and there. He really didn't have no rapport with everybody. So I say Karis LeVert. I'm excited to see him, and I'm excited to see Kevin Durant / AD 2.0. If they had a baby together, it would be Evan Mobley. So I'm excited to see him too.
Yeah.
So.
No, I think Karis LeVert, I mean, if he can get it together, like he can be good for us. Last year he struggled a lot with us.
Right.
Especially when it came time to that playing games. He was like nowhere to be found. His shot was gone. I don't know if he was nervous. I don't know if the chemistry wasn't there, but it wasn't working out for him last year. But he's got the game. He does. So hopefully this offseason he got more chemistry and they can get it all together. And he can be a big player for us.
Oh yeah, because I think he's gonna be the starting small forward.
Yeah.
I was reading a lot of things that he's been impressing a lot of people in training camp. So that's exciting, man.
Yeah,
that's exciting. The most exciting team that I want to talk about is the Buckeyes, Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Ohio State. I mean, they're looking. I mean, you can't ask much more out of them. I mean, week in and week out, they're blowing teams out. They're putting up 50, 40, 50 every single week. I mean, it's their bye week this week, and then they come back and they play Iowa. And I'm hoping Jackson Smith-Njigba will
That's your
be
favorite
back.
player, hey?
His potential. He's got the potential to be the number one. I mean, not the number, but the number one receiver in college football.
Mm-hmm.
And he can be a top 5 pick, but his injuries ever since that Notre Dame game has kept him out. He's only played one other game since that. He was just basically trying to be out there. He wasn't even healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And they realized like it's best for him to really, really just heal because his hamstring, that's a bad injury. That can always bother you. But if he can get out there, I mean, our offense is already, everyone knows our offense is already the number one in college football. definitely this year. And with him out there, I don't know what defense can stop him and Marvin Harrison Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Ibiki.
Becca something.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Those three together, they're a problem. And then you have Cade Stover, our tight end this year, and he's been looking pretty good. Plus, Trayvon Henderson and Myron Williams, that combo back there. Myron Williams took a huge jump this year. He's honestly looked better than Henderson has this year.
Yeah.
And he's looked elite this year. Unfortunately, he was injured last game too, but it's all right.
You know what they remind me of? Remember that Georgia team that won the championship that beat Baker Mayfield? They had Nick Chubb and Shoney Michelle. They had great receivers, great running back, great defensive players. That's who Ohio State is this year. And I think if you put Joe Burrow's LSU versus this Ohio State team,
it'd be tough.
That'd be
a really tough.
Do you think
game.
they can beat LSU? That LSU team.
Yeah, that would be a tough game because I mean, CJ Stroud, he's an elite quarterback. Joe Burrow's an elite quarterback. But the receiver core, all around, both those teams are elite. That receiver core for LSU is ridiculous. Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson with Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Joe Burrow. That was tough to stop. That really was.
Jacob Phillips was on that team. Grant Delpit.
Yeah.
Wasn't Greedy Williams on that team?
I don't think Greedy might have left the year before.
Yeah, the year before.
But he did play for them. But no, that would be a that'd be a tough game.
Hey, York played for them.
Yeah, that'd be a really tough game. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of a coin flip, honestly.
Right.
It's going to come down. It might come down to coaching, and we might have the upper hand in coaching. So we might be able to pull it out. But I think when it comes to this year, I don't see anyone stopping us. Our defense took a huge jump from last year, and that's what we were missing. So honestly, I think we're number 2 in the AP poll this week.
We should be number 1.
Yeah, Georgia's number 1, but I think it's clear
we should be
that
number 1.
we're the number 1 team.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's obvious. Like, no, we're the only team who hasn't been on upset watch. Georgia and Alabama have been in close games multiple times this year, especially Alabama. They've been one play off from losing 3 games so far this season.
The only team I see challenging them is Michigan.
I don't even think Michigan do it.
You don't think so?
No, I think I don't think Michigan can do it. I think the only team who has a shot at beating us this year is Georgia. And I don't think they could do it. I think we're going to end up facing Georgia in the college football championship.
Hopefully not the playoffs. Hopefully.
No, I don't think I think we're going to finish 1 and 2. I think we're going to finish this season at number 1 and Georgia finishes at number 2. And I think we're going to see each other in the championship. And I think we end up winning that game by, I give us 2 scores.
2 scores?
Two scores.
I like that.
Close, but I think we end up pulling it out. I say either 10 or 14.
I say blowouts every game. I say 50-0 every game. That's how I feel it. Like, it should be 50-0.
50-0.
But it's not.
I think that's what we're doing to Michigan this year.
You think so?
I don't think Michigan has a chance at us.
If Ohio State blows Michigan out 50-0, I'm going to take us out to eat.
You're going to take us out to eat?
I'll take us out to eat. I'm not a Michigan fan. I'm just saying, if they do that, I'm just going to take us out to eat.
We're going to remember this.
Yeah.
We got the document, so it's...
All right.
What's
Restaurant of my choice, right? Or yours?
Mine.
Yours?
Yeah, we're going
It gotta be like Wendy's or something.
No. we're going to the steakhouse.
Steakhouse?
Yeah.
Texas Roadhouse?
No.
Oh, which one?
Maybe Longhorn or a nice
I can do that.
Maybe a nice restaurant like downtown Cleveland.
Downtown?
Yeah,
I can do that.
I want a filet mignon.
Okay. That ain't nothing. Right? That ain't nothing.
Matter of fact, take us to that guy.
He trying to bump it up. Nah, he trying to bump it up.
We're gonna take a trip. We're gonna fly to that guy who does the salt dude.
The salt dude?
Yeah, you never seen the salt dude? He
does this?
Yeah, he comes to the tables and does that, and he's got like his it's like a sword almost. Cuts it up right there, puts it out for you. So
we're gonna fly out there. I gotta fly us out there.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I want his best steak.
You want his best steak?
If we win, if we put up 50 on Michigan.
So, all right. I don't know about that. But
I mean,
we can shake on the. I'll take us out to lunch.
Well, we
All
can
right,
shake on that.
but I don't know about the flying out. I don't even know where the guy is. Where is he?
Yeah, I would say LA.
LA?
Yeah, I want to say he's in LA. It's either LA or
he
Miami.
trying to get all my money.
It's either LA or Miami. It's either LA or Miami. I want to say he's in LA though. What is his name? I forgot his name.
I don't know his name. The short guy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look it
I forgot
up.
his name. You definitely seen it.
Oh yeah. We're gonna find what his name is. We're gonna put it in the descriptions.
Yeah.
When the show
I'm always positive it's in LA, his restaurant. It's hard to get into though, so you might as well just book it now.
Book that?
Yeah, book it now.
I can make a bet like the Browns going to the Super Bowl. Then if they go to the Super Bowl, then yeah, I can see doing that. But 50-0. 50-0.
But especially after losing to them last year,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a home game too. That crowd's gonna be going crazy. And the most of this team was playing last year. A lot of them were. So they still have that hate in there, that feeling that after they lost, they know how big this game is to us. Other than the championship game, this is the biggest game to us. Like you can't lose this game. I heard in like training camp and stuff, they upped it this year. Like they made everything harder in practice and everything because of that loss. That's what I heard earlier this year, like before the season started. And that's what Ryan Day and all them were doing. They made this year like a lot tougher on them because you can't lose that game. And Ryan Day, he hates Michigan just as much as us. And man,
what time is it? Do we have a time?
I want to say
Let me look.
It's 1:22.
And Michigan still sucks.
So
I just had to throw that in there.
There's not a time of the year where Michigan doesn't suck. I mean, they're playing no-name opponents and they win. Any of us could do that. But they face a good team. I want to say this week they play Penn State at Michigan, and this might be Michigan's first loss. Penn State's ranked number 10, but
you think Penn State can beat
Michigan? Is not.
I'll bet you. All right, I ain't no steak. Well, I like steak, but I'm gonna make it easy for you. I'll bet you a burger.
A burger.
5 Guys.
5 Guys.
Yes, with some fries.
That's almost as expensive as a steak.
You think so?
Those 5 Guys.
Okay.
5 Guys burgers.
Wendy's.
They walk in. They have.
We can do Wendy's.
Paying $20 before you know it.
Yeah, we can do Wendy's then. We can do Wendy's, a biggie bag.
You can bet Wendy's.
Yeah, on that. But you're right. I think Michigan is gonna get blown out. But not. Oh my goodness. I'm just thinking about the tab right now. What I get myself into? No, I'm just playing. But I got you. Let's go.
Let's finish it off with the
Guardians.
Yeah,
That's what I was about to say. Like
they're the team in the hot seat right now. I mean, they're in the playoffs. They won their first series. Now we're playing the Yankees. 5-game series.
They lost last night.
We lost last night, 1-4. We didn't play our best pitcher yet, though. Yankees played their best, but it's because our best pitcher pitched last series, and so the way the schedule was, since the Yankees didn't have to play a series, they need to rest, so it wasn't best against the best yet. This was our third best pitcher against their first, and I mean we were in it, but ultimately, like,
who's our best pitcher?
Probably Shane Bieber. He'll pitch the next game for it.
Cool.
Series for us.
I love watching the pitchers in the playoffs. This is like a different.
No, Shane Bieber, he's shut out. The only problem is by the way that rest schedule is, because of last game, he might only get a shot to pitch one time this series. Because they like him to have like 4 rest days, something like 4 for somewhere on there for pitchers. But man, we need him though. Especially if it comes down to a game 5, we really need him. Like I don't want anyone out there pitching in that game 5 other than Shane Bieber. I mean, Tristan McKenzie, he's our second pitcher. He's pretty good too. I think both of them are pretty elite. But that third is where you start to see that drop. And that's who pitched for us yesterday. He did all right. Just all right, though. Shane Bieber and Tristan McKenzie, when they pitched that series before, they were both lights out. And when it comes to the Yankees, I mean, that's what you need. Like, I mean, especially we had guys on base. We had bases loaded, 1 out. what do? They hit a double play the very next time.
Mm.
And when it comes to the Yankees, you can't do that. You can't leave your runners on the base. You can't. You got to take advantage of scoring. The Yankees hit too many home runs to not score when you have a chance, and they hit two on this last night, and that was a problem. I mean, that's a problem. We really. I'm hoping they can get that figured out and get the home runs under control because the Yankees are a tough team to beat, and
They're gonna beat them.
hopefully,
I ain't betting this.
hopefully,
No more bets.
hopefully. I mean, they played game 2
Mhm.
on Thursday, but I heard it might rain in New York, so they think that game might possibly have to be played on Friday.
Mm.
But I'm hoping it'll just be played on Thursday. But after that, games 3 and 4 are in Cleveland, and hopefully,
Home field advantage.
yeah, I'm hoping we can win game 2.
Mm-hmm.
We come out and that crowd was crazy. Games 3 and 4, and I think our team they love the crowd. They feed off our crowd's energy big time. I mean,
We got the best fans in the world.
I mean, definitely. They feed off our crowd so crazy. So if we win that game 2 with games 3 and 4 at home, we might close them out. We might close them
He
out.
said we might close them out.
I don't want to see a game 5 in New York though. That's gonna be tough.
I don't like the Yankees. I really don't. They remind me of the Patriots.
Yeah, I know.
I don't like them. I like their hat. I like their hat. Their hats look cool. You know the NY.
Yeah.
I'll rock their hat.
No, they're. I mean, I don't know. They're a tough team to beat. I mean, I think hopefully we can pull it out. I'm telling you, if we can win this game 2 with games 3 and 4 in Cleveland, that'd be huge. That'd be huge. Like I think that's honestly what's going to come down. I think this game 2 is probably going to be the biggest game of the series yet. You go down 2-0, you might just have to call it. Coming back from 2-0, that would mean we'd have to win both games in Cleveland and then go back to New York for game 5.
Oof.
That's something we can't do. We have to win this game 2. This game 2 is a must win.
Yeah, I like the city of New York.
Yeah.
I just don't like the Yankees.
Yeah.
I'm not Stephen A.
Yeah, the Yankees don't like us. They
That's
they don't like us at all. Especially there's like a little altercation at like the very beginning of the season when one of our players got hurt and they were like saying stuff to one of our dudes when they were laying on the ground. And the other players came over and they started talking stuff to their fans because of it. And then after the game, of course, that made like the players very upset when they were talking stuff to a dude who was hurt. And he called like the Yankees fans. He said like they're the worst fans in the world or something like that. And the Yankees still remember that. And last night, as soon as he stepped out on that field to bat or anything, he was hearing it. He was getting booed like crazy. So yeah, the Yankees, they don't like us at all. But doesn't matter. All it comes down to is get the win.
Yeah, that was a great show.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Did you like it? Okay. Did y'all like it? Everybody? I hope y'all liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it. Yeah.
I can't wait for we got a special guest. Hopefully within the next couple weeks coming on.
Oh yeah. We definitely gonna have some more guests.
You got the special one we got coming up though. Let's just say he's I'm not gonna say what sport or anything, but we'll just say he's in the Hall of Fame. In multiple sports actually.
Yes.
So
stay tuned.
Definitely an exciting time. We got a lot of good stuff coming up and we'll start posting on Wednesdays now instead of Thursdays. That'll be our new days to post. Every Wednesday. Probably around the same time. In between 12 and 1.
Right.
Time to post. But like I said, if you subscribe and you hit that post notification right by the subscribe button, then you're always getting a notification when we post. So.
And you never know. We might be giving out stuff.
Giveaways coming soon.
Yeah. I might take y'all out to eat or fly y'all out.
They might have to come to LA with us.
LA with us? Oh man. Y'all might have to come to LA with us.
They might have to.
Yeah.
But like always, just let us know what you guys think in the comments. Anything you want us to talk about next week, let us know. And any feedback you have, let us know. Big things coming. Gonna keep improving every single week. like we said, special guests coming on soon, and a lot of big things coming.
Oh yeah, a lot of big things. So y'all stay tuned, and that's y'all show right there. Come on, rap with me, Harlynn Bush,
And Ben Parsons. We'll see you guys next week.